What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to be talking about creating financial freedom as a real estate agent. Now make sure you stay all the way to the end because I think what I'm going to discuss in this video is going to help you not only increase your income, but also enjoy what you're doing a whole lot more and potentially, hopefully, avoiding burnout as a real estate agent. I'm here in a beautiful community where I live called Dorado Beach, and I'm on the golf course here at Golden Hour. So take a walk with me. Some of the books that I've been reading are around just financial independence, creating financial freedom. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I'm passionate about true freedom. True freedom to me is financial freedom, time freedom, and location freedom. Now, the books I've been reading, you should definitely check them out. One is Die with Zero by Bill Perkins. Another one is Your Money or Your Life. I think the author is Robin and another guy, I don't remember the authors offhand, but both those are great books. Another one I like is Simple Path to Wealth, but that's more about investing, not as much about like creating freedom, but it will definitely help you on your journey as well. So the concept kind of comes down to designing your life. There's a great exercise that I learned a while back, gosh, must have been 15 years ago now, called dreamlining. I like to call it vision casting, but Tim Ferriss is the guy I got it from. I was actually revisiting it this morning, redoing it for my own life. And the idea is, once you add up all of your dreams, what do you want to become? What do you want to do? Like, where do you want to go? What kind of vacations do you want to take? What do you want to have? So what kind of houses do you want to have? Cars, things like that. Once you add up all of those things, it's usually a lot less than you think. Add it all up, see what it will cost on a yearly basis first, and then divide by 12. That's the monthly cost of those things. And I think what you'll discover is it's a lot less than what you originally anticipated. I designed my dream life today. Again, I do it a couple times a year, to be honest, because my tastes are always changing and it keeps me motivated. And mine came out to $50,000 a month. And it included traveling 4 months out of the year and spending upwards of $20,000 a month for those Airbnbs while I'm traveling, paying about $25,000 a month in rent, and a lot of other really cool stuff. And it came out to $50,000 a month. While that might seem like a lot of money where you are today, but that's something that I believe everyone can build and work to. So I want you to be thinking about that. I'll see if I can't link in the description a link to the spreadsheet that I used to design my life, to do the vision casting exercise, and maybe you'll find it helpful too. So make sure you check the description for that link. So once you get this idea of, well, what is your dream financial freedom number? Once you figure that out, you're going to be so motivated to put in the work to make it happen. I promise you that. Another point I want to make is from the book Die with Zero. Die with Zero, when I first saw the cover, I was like, what does that mean? Like, who wants to really die with zero? But when I read it, I was like, this is so good. The concept is design your life so that you can give all the money you're going to give while you're still alive, because the charities, your children, whoever you might be giving money to, can use it more before you die. And what's cool too, when you think about, like, now that I have kids, I have a 2.5-year-old and a 9-month-old, when you think about giving money to them, it could be a tricky thing if you're a high income earner, because you don't want to spoil them. You know, you still want them to have a good work ethic and get fulfillment from work and all that stuff. But what is cool is it talks about the usefulness of money in terms of age. So if you pass away, I plan to live to 120, so my kids will be in their, late 80s. How useful is the money I'm going to pass down to someone in their late 80s? Not very useful, right? As opposed to in their 30s or their 40s, when they're mature enough to handle the money, but also have the health and the mobility to really enjoy that money. And I thought that was really cool too, because he talks about time buckets. I don't know if he calls them time buckets, but there's certain activities that you can do in your life, and it's a window of time. An example would be backpacking Europe and staying like hostels. You can do that when you're in your 20s, your early 20s. Once you get married and have kids, you're probably not gonna backpack Europe and stay in hostels with your buddies, right? And snowboarding, I'm going to Breckenridge this weekend for a week and then going to Colorado Springs. And I'm 36, so I'd like to think I can snowboard till I'm 80. And maybe I can, that's a goal. However, I'm certainly not going to be doing the things that I'm doing this trip when I'm in my 50s, 60s, and definitely not my 70s, right? So it's just going to be different. So when you think of life in those terms, it really helps you strategize your activities. I'm out here on a golf course, and I definitely want to learn how to golf. Well, I kind of know, I've been taking lessons, but the reality is golfing is something that I can enjoy in my later years versus like kiteboarding. So I was trying to learn golfing and kiteboarding at the same time, and because my focus was fractured, my results were also fractured. So I said, you know what, I'm going to casually learn golf, not make it a priority, but make kiteboarding a priority, because that's something that's more physically demanding. So I'm gonna put that in the time bucket while I'm still young. Fishing is something I can do when I'm older, so I'm not gonna do as much fishing when I'm younger, even though I wanna do it all right now, but you just can't. So once you figure out what your financial freedom number is, once you figure out these time buckets, all these activities you wanna do, like my kids are young, we're gonna go to Disney every year. Like that's what we're gonna do. Because when they're 18, are they really gonna wanna go to Disney with mom and dad? Hopefully, but probably not. And certainly it's not gonna be the same as when they're 3, getting to experience that joy through their eyes. There's things like that too. And that gets me fired up. You know, maybe it can, you know, be sad a little bit for some people thinking about that, but it should inspire you when you look at it with the right frame. And one more point that I want to make is just this idea of grind, 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 grind. Don't just grind away. Like there's this movement called Fire Independence, Retire Early. And I like the movement, to be honest, because it's about people chasing financial freedom as young as they can so that they can live this unbelievable life for the rest of their life. However, I see so many people doing it where it's like they're just grinding and saving every penny. Well, what if you get cancer while you're on that journey? You know, what if anything happens and you just can't live those dreams because life happens? Well, that would be a tragedy. So I think you should also be enjoying your money during the journey. Turn around here, start walking back towards my golf cart. I like the idea of mini retirements. So my wife and I, 2018, we actually sold our house and traveled the country for a year in a motorhome. Yes, as real estate agents, we were able to do that. So we traveled the country for a year in a motorhome, and it was awesome. And that was like kind of a mini to midterm retirement, and it was amazing. And we'll have those experiences for the rest of our life. And what's cool is we really know what we want our life to look like now as well. If you haven't gone out and experienced things, you probably don't even know what your ideal lifestyle is yet. So that's so important to take these mini retirements, enjoy the journey, because it's not all about the destination. I've achieved financial freedom as a real estate agent at the age 31, so it's been about 5 years now. I've accomplished a lot of things that, quite frankly, I thought would take me a lot longer to accomplish. And what I realized is the journey is the reward. The destination is sweet, but it wears off quick. Once you get that house, once you get that car, once you have that financial freedom, that moment when you achieve it, it's like, oh, that's cool. When you first become a millionaire, I remember sitting in a coffee shop when it hit me, when I was doing my monthly spreadsheet, when I saw over $1 million net worth a few years ago. I was like, wow, that's so cool, but no confetti fell from the ceiling, no fireworks went off. But I did, in the moment, I was present. I looked around the coffee shop at everyone sitting there doing their own work or whatever, and I was just like, oh, this is pretty cool. I just became a millionaire. So it was a special moment, but guys, the journey is the reward. So hopefully you got value from this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, a like on the video, and subscribe to the channel. It would really help other agents find it who can get help from this. We'll see you guys.